There I am. What is up, everybody? Oh, yeah. Export it. Dude, what's up, Corey? Happy New Year, brother. I am a little behind schedule, so I apologize, guys, but I wanted to go on live as soon as I could to wish you guys a Happy New Year. Thank you guys for all the support and love that you've given the Faces for Radio podcast, the 4K Lowdown, Turner Fan 77, all of us. It's been a great ride. And I just wanted to go over kind of the year in review, but I haven't finished entering in all the movies that I've watched this year. Holland, what's up, brother? Happy New Year, man. Um, but hey, what do you guys? I mean, some of you are probably already past midnight. I know Corey is. So I've still got 2 hours to go before midnight. And yeah, I just want to see what you guys are up to. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Do you have anything for 2024 that you want to accomplish? Any goals that you want to set for your guys' channels, for your personal lives, for anything like that? Hello from the future. Yeah, my internet's gonna give me problems, so hopefully you can still see me. And we're back. Why? Oh, it should be video. That's why. I'm not even gonna do it now. I had a little intro for a year in review, but I hadn't finished it yet, so but literally still trying to enter all my movies into Letterboxd right now. Have you guys kept up with Letterboxd? Because I have been having a terrible time trying to keep Letterboxd current, and I'm literally 4 months behind. So I was just slamming today, just trying to enter movies, put stars on them, so I can at least have a record of how many I watch. But I have them all in my catalog because I put them in there first with the scores and all that stuff. So I have that record, but it's getting it out in the open, I guess, is where I'm having issues. Yeah. And if any of you guys want to jump on, what's up, Nate? Happy New Year, brother. I'm glad your letterbox is current, bro. Mine is not. I've got a couple more weeks left. But if you guys want to be on, I'm gonna throw the invite link to StreamYard in the chat. If any of you guys want to jump in and just chat, rap for a little bit, you are welcome. Be awesome to have you on. But it's up to you. Or we can just talk in the chat. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, going over the movies that I watched in 2023, getting my nominations ready. I know Nate's already ready for his nominations for the Geeks with Faces for Radio Awards. We're doing the nomination show on the 4th, you guys, on Instagram at 6 p.m. Pacific. Oh, actually, no, 7 p.m. Pacific, because Rich has something to do late. So 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern for the nomination show on Instagram exclusive, where we're going to nominate for all the categories. Was the Lowdown Awards last year, but Geeks and Flicks, you guys have been a staple with us. So I wanted to combine our names. So that's why it's called the Geeks with Faces for Radio Awards. And that's what it'll be from now on. But we made a couple changes to the categories. So hopefully you guys are interested. Yep, he is ready to go. Yeah, I know. As you said, I was like, cool. I'm a little bit behind, but I've just got to go through. And then we're also doing our top 10 bottom 5 show, which is a new show that Rich and I are going to do. And that's immediately following the nomination show. We're going to go live on our normal channels, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, to run that. And we're basically just by score. Rich is picking his 10 favorites of the year. I know he has a top 5, and that's usually like 20, but I'm going to have him pick 10 of his favorites. I'm picking my 10 favorites, and then I'm going to give him his top 10 movies by score and bottom 5 by score. So that's going to be an interesting show. Brother, thinking really hard about goals for yourself. I appreciate that. Want to get back to a better routine for living healthier, and I would like to up my game on YouTube from, dude, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, Corey. Me too. But unfortunately, mine is more of a medical emergency. I have to lose 35 to 40 pounds by September. Because of I'm having issues with my liver, and my doctor is not happy. So he wants me 155, 160, and I'm like, you shit and fell back in it, because that's not going to happen. But he wants me 190, and I'm 225 right now. So that's my ultimate goal. So lifestyle change completely, to go super healthy. I am going to reduce my sweets until I am no longer taking in sugar, aside from what you get naturally from fruits and vegetables and stuff. But yeah, no cookies or cakes, or the good stuff that I love, I'm not going to be able to have anymore. And of course, my regular diet of no red meat, no pork, no lamb, no bread, no pasta. But I can have potatoes and I can have rice. So yay, that's what happens when you get to your 50s, is shit starts breaking down. Hi, Gnocchi. There's my dog. Hi, buddy. Did you go outside? Did you go potty? Yeah, did you go potty? Huh? You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? Come on. Oh, that was a terrible jump. Come on. Oh, come here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, boy, he's getting big. Oh, and you guys are boy. You want to say hi to everybody? No? Oh, you're going to hide from the camera? You shy? Okay. This is a little awkward for me too. But, yep, you've been a good boy. Yep, that is my new puppy. His name is Gnocchi, and he is now 4 months old. We've had him for a little over a month now. What's up, Reed? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. And I got to thank you again, man. You stuck it out on Spirits of Spirits, for the Clash of Cryptids tournament. It was awesome. I had a great time. I'm glad you had a great time. It was massive. I'm looking forward to a big show next year with John, my buddy. All right, I got somebody jumping in. What's up, Corey? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, man?
Good, man. I really hate talking to myself, so I'm glad you came.
No, I was watching it on my phone, and you threw that link out, and you're like, "I'll come in," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come in and chat for a little bit." So,
Jump on, man. Everybody is welcome. So, if any of you guys want to jump in, yeah, sake bombs. That was a blast. No pun intended. My liver gave me a punch this morning. But oh no, it was great. It was great. So yeah, we had our season finale of Spiritual Spirits, and Reed was on for all of it. You were on,
I joined in a
and
little bit, man.
in a little bit. I know yeah, it's hard to hang it. We went
I
for a
know.
long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Reed stuck through the whole damn thing, and it was really cool. And my son just gave me a like on Facebook. So my oldest son Eric, I love you. Thank you so much. He never jumps in the chat, but he always gives me a like, and I appreciate it. What's up, Steve? Thank you so much for being here, brother. Happy New Year to you.
Hey, Steve. I see Reed's out there too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Reed stuck it out, man. We had the 5-hour show on Thursday night because we had the unexpected interview with the head of Scare Network TV to let us know that we were renewed for next year. And it was like, no, you don't have to throw on a shirt, Nate. Just jump on. It's shirts and skins here.
It's Happy New Year's, Nate. Just come on. Just Hey, Cal.
What's up, Cal? Happy New Year, brother. Thank you so
Happy New
much.
Year.
I really appreciate you guys being on. Everybody saying hey, love it. I think Rich probably passed out. He said he was going to try to jump on for a little bit. But I don't think he's going to make it. I like that Spicy Reed.
I just finished watching a movie and was just chilling, watching the music note drop in Nashville on TV, and I saw this pop up, and I'm like, oh, check out what Dave's up to. So, and now I'm crashing the party.
Yep. No, glad to have you, brother. Yeah. So, I'm really impressed with your channel, Corey. You're growing
Thank you.
like gangbusters. It's been awesome watching this year. So do you have a goal for the channel for next year? Are you looking to add anything? Do you have a number of subscribers you want to try to hit?
I've been really thinking hard about that. It's a tough one, and that's something that's kind of fun talking to like you, people like you that have been doing it way, like longer than me, and then are putting in way more effort than I am. I'm not saying I'm like just slacking off, but man, you put out like you're putting in the work, man. And I was really sitting back and thinking about it, and I was going to come up with like, oh, I'm going to be like this number of subscribers or this, that. And I started writing some stuff down, and I'm like, I'm really going to think hard about this. And then I sat back and I'm like, you know what? It's not that I don't care about the subscribers. It's always validating. It's nice to see that because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, people are connecting and they're joining in on it. But the one thing that I've had a lot of fun with is the interaction just in the chat. I'm brand new, I'm smaller, and just having the people getting on the chat, and even if it's two people, whatever, like
Yeah.
if you got comments coming in, talking, so right now I'm like, I haven't set a goal for subscribers, but I want to connect more with the people that are following me right now. I think it's been a lot of fun interaction. I want to just try to, I don't know. I'm trying to brainstorm right now what other things I can do to interact with people that are connecting with me at this point. But
Yeah. No, that's totally cool. Cal said it's great right here. He said, take it one stream at a time, one video at a time, one subby at a time. And that's exactly right. I mean, there were oh, he put a shirt on. What's up, Nate?
What's up, fellas?
Nate, take it off. Man, come on. I was getting all
All
excited.
right.
You
You
said
know
you were
what?
gonna.
New Year, me. I'm just gonna do all my streams topless for the rest of
That's
the
your
rest
goal
of
for
the year.
Your goal for the year is topless.
My New Year's resolution is shirtless only live
Shirtless
streams.
only live streams.
Topless 24. Come on.
Topless 24. I like
Let's
that.
hashtag that. I think that's a we should totally do that.
And I'll be recording all of the Action Movie Guys podcast bottomless. But it's just audio, so nobody will know.
I do all my live streams bottomless, so it's
I'm gonna
nobody can see it as long as you don't stand up.
I'm gonna put money down that nobody wants to see me topless, so I'm gonna probably just keep these things going there. So
me either.
Cal says just bring your flavor and stay true to you, and it'll work out. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Cal.
Put your boobs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's put your boobs away, Nate.
I think so. No, Cal. I put on a shirt. I'm respectful.
Yeah. No, I always, I say, I'm a reverse stripper. I start out naked and people pay me to put my clothes back on.
Yeah.
That's what I should do to make some extra money for the channel.
Yeah.
Please, Corey, put your shirt on.
GoFundMe account closed for Corey. But yeah, so God, no, it's been an awesome year. Nate, any other resolutions besides topless live streams? Do you?
I'll be honest. I'm not really a resolution guy. I just kind of. Yeah, I just kind of live. It's like maybe as the year goes, if we're doing something, either if something's happening in my personal life, like work-wise, maybe I'll set some sort of goal. Or here on YouTube, like we'll be like, oh, we want to do this or hit this or be on this or whatever. But I don't like to do it at the beginning of the year, in general, because I've never been a big goal setter anyway. It's one of my I don't think it's a weakness, but it's one of my things. I'm like, I'm like, I'm gonna lose 25 pounds. I'm gonna go to 3 concerts. I'm gonna make sure we have 2,000 subscribers, because then we may not get any of those things. I may not be able to do any of those things. So I would rather just live and hope for the best. So that's pretty much what I do.
Cal says your resolution is always to troll people more.
I don't know why Cal. It's a new year, so 2024. I'm just gonna tell the truth about Cal. I don't know why he always says I troll no one. I'm definitely not a troll. He bothers me all the time, and then when I say stuff back, I'm trolling him. So he's the one that is always bothering me. But I like Cal. He's a good dude. I let him.
I'm waiting for Cal's response.
He's gonna put a response. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, this is the guy that always is coming for me all the time. Look, I just came on here and right away he's talking about me. Like he's always. I didn't say nothing to him. I just minded my business, and then Cal, here he comes. I love Cal though. He's great.
Yeah, no, he's cool.
He cracks me up.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cal's awesome, and it's been great this year. Getting to know you guys, because there's a lot of people. I mean, Nate and Alex, we've known since the year before, and we've been kind of hanging out, going on each other's shows and doing all kinds of stuff. We're doing crossovers, quite a bit. And, and then we got the award show coming up. We did the award show last year, and that was a blast. I had such a great time with you guys.
Yeah, it's fun.
I loved it. He could not stop. Alex could not stop nominating Top Gun Maverick.
Every category.
Your favorite drama. I'm going to go Top Gun Maverick.
I mean, it fit in a number of them, like movie of the year, action movie, a transfer of the year. Like you could have really put it in any of those.
Okay, I mean, you could. Yeah. But, I was like, okay, first rule is you can only nominate a movie one time.
Yeah. So what I did this year is I wrote down, I went through the list. I wrote down all the categories in my phone. Then I had to go back and to see what released, like starting in January, because I know what came out during, middle of the year or whatever. So I went back to January to make sure I wasn't, because I believe the rule was the movie had to have a physical or digital release in 2023. Right?
Yeah. That is no longer true. So
Okay.
I actually said that in the beginning. So it can be theatrical, digital, or physical, anything during the calendar year.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, and then all of my that
you just watched in the theater and hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
It can't be something that you nominated last year. So say it came out last year in the theater or on streaming, and then when it's on physical now, you try to nominate it again. You can't do that.
like Black
You've
Adam.
already nominated once.
Because that came
What's
out
that?
in January. Black Adam came out in January on disc, but he nominated it for fantasy.
He nominated it for streaming video last year.
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I all my stuff fits the criteria, so I wrote it all down and I put 3 for each one. That way I can have them in case one of y'all pick my first choice. I'll have a second and third choice. So I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready.
Yeah, no, I always make sure I have at least 2 to 3 alternates.
Yeah.
That I can grab. Like I have my first choice, and it's going to be random, like I did before with the Scrabble tiles, because that worked out pretty well. Yeah, so we'll draw the Scrabble tiles as to who draws first, and then I rotate it around to figure out who gets what. And then the very last category is the one that Alex wanted to do, which is the live action comic book movie of the year.
Which I mean, there was only like 5. So I mean, there's some stuff that's going to get nominated that's not.
I mean, you can go. you could say, Rebel Moon is a comic book movie, right?
Well, the comic book came after the movie.
I mean, oh, okay.
So that's a comic book adaptation, no? Or just a live action comic book movie.
Live action comic book movie. It doesn't have to be MCU or DC. It could be anything.
You know why he picked live action? Because he didn't see Spider-Man. So he said no cartoons for me. That's why he said live action. I know. I know my
That's
part.
why he said live action.
Yeah,
so we
can't.
So
we can't pick Spider-Man.
That really that hit Rich hard. Oh man, I can't nominate Spider-Man.
Yeah, and you didn't put best animated this year. So there's no. He's gonna have to pick it for something else.
I did put best animated, didn't I?
No best animated. I was looking for it. I had options. I did not see it.
Yeah, best animated movie right after favorite action movie.
What?
In the categories.
You know what? You're probably right. It's late. I don't know. You're probably right. It's 125 for me. So. All right, then I still got all my options. It doesn't really affect.
Yeah, so I make sure I do all the genres. So that's that's kind of a must. But the one I took out the streamer award because now you can nominate streaming movies for everything.
I'm cool with that.
So because Rich and I just watched a crap.
You guys watch a million, and I watched maybe 10 this whole year.
Ton of movies. It's just like crap.
I watched the ones you made me watch when I came on your show, and 5 others.
Okay. Well, and then all the mystery movies you caught in the theater, but they haven't come out on streaming yet. Yeah, those are the ones we forced you onto Netflix again to watch some of those movies.
Yes.
So Reed, the award show is actually on the 18th of January, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, because Rich has to go a little late, so we won't be able to start.
And that's here on YouTube, the show.
That's going to be on YouTube. The award show is going to be on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So
it's going to be so fun. I love it.
Yeah. So I nominate Rambo First Blood. Oh, wait. I'm a little late. Still counts, but I put Rebel Moon in streaming category. Okay, so yeah, there's no more streaming category. We can nominate streaming movies for every category.
See, look at the comment you just pulled up. He just always gotta. You can't keep my name out of his mouth. This guy Cal all the time. Nate this, Nate that. Leave me alone, Cal. 2020. That's my New Year's resolution for Cal to leave me alone. We'll see how it happens. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, I'm normally not a resolution guy either, but I had my doctor's appointment on December 12th where they went over my liver FibroScan, and I have stage 3 stenosis, which is like one away from being something that can't be fixed.
Oh,
so thanks. But so he's like, you need to lose weight right now because there's no pill, there's no medicine I can give you to make you better. You just need to lose weight. You need to exercise. You need to get smaller. And I was like, oh, okay.
That'll do it.
So
That'll do it.
So that's, it's not a resolution now, it's a mandate that I have to lose weight. So
put that in the chat. What's everyone's 2024 New Year's mandate? What's what must you do?
So leave me alone, you big baby.
And as he leaves me alone, he calls me a big baby. Listen, the proof is in the pudding. I can't even make this stuff up. He's the one. He bothers me all the time. He's mean. He's mean. Everyone likes him. Even I said, I'm like, Cal's great, but really, he's a bully.
It's like he went to walk off and went.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, nice shirt. Actually, and throws like sauce on it. You know?
Okay, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, he's a bully.
Give you the one last poke as he's walking out the door, right?
One last,
Corey. Exactly. Don't become too cool with him because he'll start bullying you.
Oh, come on now.
He's mean. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I do bother him a lot too. So.
It's kind of like with some of my buddy. Go ahead.
Do you guys know what happened to Rev 4K? Is he still around? Or
Rev is still around. He is one of our Patreon members. So he's in a group text with us on Instagram. And he doesn't talk as much. So I know he had a lot going on. I won't share his personal stuff, but he's alive. He's alive. He's just not very active on stuff right now.
I was worried about him because I haven't seen him on my channel, and I mean, I know he was asking to be a moderator on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll think about that. I mean, we weren't having too many people on, so I could moderate the chat. But I was like, okay, when it gets too busy, yeah, I'll hit you up. But yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, so I was worried. I just wanted to make sure he was okay. I'm no bully.
No, yeah, Rev is I think he's doing better now. Whatever happened with him was a little while ago, but
okay.
Yeah. He doesn't talk much. He's in the group chat and you can see where he reads the messages, but he doesn't always. Once every couple weeks, he'll just kind of talk with us for a little bit and then do his thing.
Yeah.
I
mean, when we did our Action Guys movies.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sorry for Rich's technical issues because he doesn't know his
password for Apple.
He knows his password for Apple.
Oh my gosh. Alex was roasting him for that.
It was so funny. I'm like, dude, I have your account. I have your Apple account, dude. I have your password. He's like, oh no, I changed it. And I'm like, okay, well, I can still go because we share our accounts so that we can watch the movies.
Yeah.
And it was like, he goes, because we were having an issue because there's a movie for Apple TV Plus, and God, which one was it? It was just this past week that we had to do, and I think it was Family Plan. Yeah, it was Family Plan, the Mark Wahlberg one. And he's like, I'm gonna have to move it because I don't think you can get in. And I'm like, I can get in just fine. What, I want to watch the movie. And he goes, okay, cool, we'll leave it in there, but don't log out because I don't know what happened. And I'm like, okay.
I think he just doesn't know how to download apps. He's the only person so far that we've had on as a guest that we couldn't get on because he had technical, couldn't download an app.
He is the most technologically challenged person on YouTube right now.
He wanted us to use StreamYard. I'm like, we don't have that. Alex uses the Riverside. Well, you were on. He uses the Riverside because it's real easy to edit. It's audio only. Yeah.
Yeah, but I trained him to use StreamYard so that he could get on. And then I had to finally tell him, you know what, just don't use your AirPods because you have no idea how to hook them up. So he's on his iPad and it's speakers. So he just speaks into the thing.
David, everything you're telling me right now is explaining a lot. It's explaining. I think he got scared when he saw that we used that. He was like, just started panicking.
Yeah. Oh no, it's something new.
What is this?
I absolutely love Rich. I wouldn't, it wouldn't be the Faces for Radio without him because he's a definite face for radio. But, and
he's great.
But I'm like, dude, I was like, man, we're okay. So he'll have an issue, and I'll be like, okay, just sign out. Let me show you. So I'm walking him through it.
Have him download the Riverside app because he's supposed to come on in February.
I've done tech support for 30 years, so I know how to handle people who don't know technology very well.
Well, that's why you guys are partners. You're
Yeah.
the yin to his yang.
It worked out really well.
Yeah.
And then Nate said, "I was Post to be on JCVD stream never happened."
Shaking my head.
He was like a politician. Love him though.
We never had it. We haven't had a Jean-Claude Van Damme stream. So I didn't lie because
It just hasn't happened.
We haven't had one. So I can't. Hey, listen, when we do have one, Cal. Matter of fact, you know what? You can come on the Action Movie Guys because I know he's listened to. I know he's listened to them. He told me he literally hated my Superman 4 review, so I know he listened to it. Cal, I do have a Jean-Claude Van Damme month coming up. You will have to watch a non-Jean-Claude Van Damme movie if you want to be on. I'll send you the schedule. I'm telling you right here in front of all the 5 people that are watching live. Corey, David, everybody else.
I'm holding you to this now.
You hold me to it. I will send you the schedule with the movies, and you pick what week you want to come on. It's audio only. Make sure you know how to download apps because we use Riverside, and you can come on and record with us.
So, not to sidetrack the conversation here, but with both of you going on to, I know both of you have talked about podcasting, and what do you think about that? Do you have goals for that coming into the new year, between YouTube and podcasting, or just it's a nice companion along with it, or what's your thoughts or goals for that for the year?
Me or David? You want to go?
Either both of you. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. For me, podcast is kind of a compliment because it, what I love about Geeks and Flicks is they have the Action Guys Movie Podcast is something completely separate. It's a separate entity from Geeks and Flicks, and that is just for podcast. And then they do that live for the Patreon users. Mm-hmm. And then Geeks and Flicks is something specifically for YouTube. Now, what I do is I take the Faces for Radio, and anything that's Faces for Radio content, I download the audio version of it from StreamYard and I put it directly to Spotify, and it becomes the podcast. So it's basically the same shit for me. So all I'm doing is taking the audio portion of what I just did on the live stream and throwing it to Spotify. But I do have the goal, which I'm working on with Rich, of doing something specifically for the podcast, something exclusive to Spotify.
Just
what
to
that
drive more
is,
people to that then, or
yeah, to try to get more people directed to Spotify, because people will be like, oh, just watch the live stream, then I don't have to worry about Spotify. But we want the followers on Spotify too, because we get sponsors that way and things like that. And Cal's still waiting. But
yeah, Cal, I just pulled up the schedule, dude. The only week you can pick is March 12th, which is Star Trek Into Darkness and The Quest. Because David, you're actually on in Van Damme month. Nick,
but your ass, I'm in Van Damme month.
Yeah, Nick, Movie AV Impulse is on, and Scott, Joe Joker Movies, he's on too. So we only have one empty week. So if you want to watch Star Trek Into Darkness and The Quest with us, you can. If you don't want those, that's the only one I got for Van Damme. Sorry to interrupt. No, which
one do I have, Nate, for that?
You actually are doing the Star Trek, J.J. Abrams Star Trek and Sudden Death, the hockey one. Yeah,
the hockey one. Yeah,
yeah. Nick is doing Bloodsport and Star Trek Beyond, and then Scott is doing Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and Universal Soldier. What a week. Mm-hmm. As far as podcasting goes, yeah, like David said, we do it. It is separate. So they have a whole nother setup, the way they do it, where it just puts the audio into a podcast form, which is cool. I know a lot of shows do that. I used to, I'm a big sports fan. So I used to really watch PTI all the time. Pardon the interruption. They just take their show and put it into an audio podcast too. So you can listen on the go. It's great. Our live shows are kind of not sporadic. At this point, we do them every 2 weeks. So, and because it's so interactive, we don't really transport that audio necessarily. So we have a separate thing. Alex and I, when we first started working together, and you're kind of finding out, what kind of movies the other person likes, and we both are really. I mean, I like everything. He's very heavy into action, and I love action movies too. So it was his idea to do a podcast. But yeah, it's totally like on our website we have all the episodes, but they're not all on YouTube. Our Patreons do get to watch us record it, so they get everything early, pretty much, and they get like a little live, and then we talk with them after. We'll bring them in and we'll chat with them, and they'll score the movie along with us. But anyway, as far as goals, yeah, actually our podcast does pretty good. I don't know, it's not monetized or anything, but it does pretty well as far as downloads and stuff. I know I might get more downloads than our live shows do at this point. I don't even know, but I think it's doing pretty well. We're up to like 320 episodes. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, I love podcasting. That's where I came from. I did not. YouTube is newer to me than podcasting is. So I came from doing actually blogging, I used to write reviews, and then I did a little YouTube, didn't love it. Got into podcasting with some friends, and then Alex, I was watching one of his live streams one night after he split up with his former co-host, and I was in the chat, and I think I sent in a voice. You could send in like a voicemail at the time, and I guess he liked my question, and then he messaged me like, "Hey, would you be interested in coming on?" Blah blah. That's how that happened. But podcasting is I prefer it to YouTube. So I don't know. I do like podcasting a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more free to me when you're just audio only. The time restrictions don't exist. We put them on ourselves to keep it shorter, but it's a lot easier when you're listening to audio. If it's an hour and you're driving to work or back, than to sit and watch something for the same time. So I love podcasting, but I guess our goal is just keep it going, because it's doing pretty good.
That's originally what I thought I was going to do. It's been I'm very new to this whole thing, and it took me a long time. I was sitting on things for a long, long time before I was having a little bit of a confidence issue of getting out there and doing it. And I originally was thinking like podcast, and then ended up just jumping into YouTube a little bit. But no, that's what I love. Sorry, not to hijack anything, but I love picking your guys' brains a little bit when, talking about goals and what you're doing and everything you have going on.
I mean, if especially I hear that, it's confidence is it's tough to go on. First of all, it's tough to put yourself out there, period.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get, I get comments, David, I don't know if you have, I'm sure everyone has, but I'll get comments on some of my videos like, this is horrible. This is a terrible. I don't really care because, at the end of the day, I don't know who that is, and I don't really care. I'm putting out my opinions. Is all opinions. So it's like, it is what it is, but you have to have a certain amount of confidence to do it, and to be live, to be in front of a camera. You know what I mean? And that's where podcasting, if you were going to go that route, I think it helps, because you could literally just be you in a room talking. You could edit it. So if you start going on a thing and you're like, I really like that, you just edit it out, put out exactly what you want. No one's looking at you. No one can see you. And originally that's kind of why I started that way too.
I don't have people commenting on the shirt I'm wearing or anything like that.
Right. Hey, buddy, nice shirt. It's like, okay, well.
Yeah. So I found out I am not a big clothes person. So I knew I was going to get comments sooner or later, because you're going to start seeing repeats of clothing. I just don't have a whole lot, but I have some Henley shirts, like the little button up, just long sleeve shirts. And I was told I was not built enough to wear those. So, and I was like, thanks for watching my video about what movies I watched this week.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't meant to be an exercise video, but okay.
Never claimed to be in great shape.
Are you doing downward dog? Okay, today I watched Kill Room.
I'm watching today. No.
With this and that.
But see, you do it better than me. I don't have that. But anyway, just going to what you're saying. It's funny the comments you get sometimes, and I was like, whatever.
None of it matters when you're a podcast.
Yeah,
they can't see.
Well, yeah, because they don't see you. It's just audio, and and that's cool. I hung out for a while too. I actually started the 4K Lowdown in 2013, but I didn't do anything with it because I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was like, okay, I want to do something that kind of sets me different from other movie critic sites or review. I knew I wanted to do movies. I just didn't know how I wanted to do the reviews, how long I wanted the shows to go, or anything like that. And it was almost 2 years ago. So just late February, almost 2 years ago. And I did the first episode, which was the award show for 2021. And I was by myself and it was absolutely horrible. I
think I went back and watched some of it just to see when we were going to join you. I was like, let me see what's it about. It was just you.
It was just me, and it was my nominations, and I did a poll because I had a pretty good following on Twitter, so I did the poll on Twitter and went by those votes as to who would win because there was nobody in the chat. I had somebody jumped on for like 2 minutes, never said a word, dropped back off. There was nobody in there. I was alone talking to myself, which happens most of the time at home, but I don't do that on camera.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it was horrible. So I was getting ready to do another show, came on, and basically Rich and I did a movie collection battle on 4K D-Race channel where we went against each other. It was a steelbook battle. Rich beat my ass, and I lost horribly, but it was a blast. We got to talking a little bit, and then Rich was like, hey, I'll drop in on your show and say hi and talk in the chat and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. So I started working with my buddy John. Now John and I do Spirits with Spirits. And he was like, oh, I'll go ahead and do the lowdown with you. That way you have somebody else on. And I'm like, okay, great. And then he bottomed out. He was like, nah, I can't do it. So then it was just me by myself. and it was, Rich jumps on. He goes, hey, and I'm like, hey, dude, do you want to be on camera right now? Because I'll give you the link. And he jumped on, and the rest is history. He's been on ever since. I can't get rid of him. he's like a bad penny. He just keeps coming.
You guys have good chemistry together, though. Like in a good way. I'm saying like it. You guys. I don't know. I dig when people are just like their buddies hanging out talking about, hey, Jeff.
What's up, Jeff? Happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah, Happy New Year. But you know what I mean? Like it seems natural. It's not forced.
Yeah, no, it absolutely natural. Rich and I have great chemistry, and I think, and that was the first thing when I went on Geeks and Flicks the first time. I went, man, Alex and Nate have great chemistry.
You got to find someone you can have good chemistry with. It's the key. If you're going to be partners.
Yeah.
Most important thing.
And I was like, hey, and then I started reaching out. Hey, I'll get you guys on my show or do this. And
I feel like we have great chemistry with you guys. Honestly, one thing that I take pride in, we're a small channel, a little bit bigger than this one. To me, we're tiny. So we're a small channel still. And, we have our dedicated people who come out every other Monday when we're on, and they watch the videos and they leave comments, and I love them. They're great. We have our few Patreons. We don't have a lot. We have like 10 or 11 who, help. It helps because obviously you have to pay to upload a lot of these things. So love them. And we're a small channel. But the thing that I'm most proud of is like anytime we do have people on, they always comment afterward how like they had a good time talking with us, how it felt very easy. I do think we're pretty easy to work with in that regard. I'll be on it. Me probably a little more than Alex, but very, we had Nick from Movie AV Impulse on, and he says, and he's like, I feel like I've known y'all for, 10 years just from talking with us. And I like that more than anything else we do, really. When people can come on and be like, oh, I had a good time. You made it feel easy. And that leads to good content, in my opinion, when you can bounce off. I agree with Corey. Yeah. You and Rich, I couldn't imagine either of you doing that show with somebody different than who you do it with.
Yeah,
I
seems
agree.
So natural.
Yeah,
I agree. And we're doing. Speaking of natural, what is up, Huck? Thank you so much for
Huck, what's
on here, man. Happy New Year. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this was just kind of a spur of the moment. I said, you know what? I want to do a live stream at the end of the year. But man, Huck's another guy, really, really cool guy. I got to know him a lot this year. And, you know, of course I won the sci-fi trivia contest and I was really happy about that. Nerf herders rule. So, but yeah, no, I love the chemistry between Rich and I works out really well. And we're able to bounce ideas off each other. We, you know, the whole idea for By the Numbers, the new release show, that was his. I named it.
Yeah.
That was it. He was like, I want to do new release, because we did new releases one week. And he goes, oh, I really like that. I want to do new releases every week. And I was like, okay, how many do you want to do? And he goes,
7 million.
7. He's like, all
of them.
Every movie that ever comes out.
All of them.
I'm like, wait, okay, let's narrow it down. I said, how many can we fit? We don't want to go too far past an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour and a half should be like our mental hard stop.
That's ours. If it goes over 90, I'm like, we're here too long.
Yeah, we got to go. As if we have a guest, we can go a little bit longer because it depends on how the conversation goes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? The magic number is 5. So we try to do 5. If we think we can fit in, if we have to fit in an extra one, we will. And he's gotten me to go up to 7 this year for one show. And then, you know, there are times where I'm like, dude, let's hard stop it at 90 minutes, or you know what? I can't do more than 5 this week. I want to make sure we shut down early enough. He's always been really cool about it. And then, you know, we give each other crap about movies that we pick, and really all we're doing is just saying, okay, what's coming out? Here it is. And we just start writing shit down. And then we put it on the dates, and we have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
We just, okay, these are all new movies. Let's go. And then we tease each other because, oh, this is one that you found, so it was crap, and this is one I found. And, you know, it just, you know, it's funny. But I really like the chemistry between Geeks and Flicks and Faces for Radio, because I think the 4 of us work really great together.
Yeah.
And
you know what's the key? Everyone's got a good sense of humor, and thick skin, because we like to mess with each other a lot. Yeah. So especially Rich. I mean, I get on Rich all the time, but he does too. You know, he's secretly, he'll DM me some sarcastic. I think you have to have that to really be able to, if you can't joke with each other in any sort of way like that, it won't be the same. Then it's work. You know what I mean? Now we're just coworkers at that point. So, you know, I love that you can tell jokes on each other. You and Rich always messing with each other. Me and Alex, that's all we do. And then you guys, it just gels really good.
Yeah. And it's really, because we can all dish it out. We can all take it. And we know it's all in fun. Because, you know, and then we got guys come into the chat giving Rich crap, which is great. Evan and, you know, and these are guys that came over to us from Geeks and Flicks.
Oh, Evan's another one. I love Evan.
Evans
he can take a joke.
He's been on the show a couple times too and done stuff.
He is great. Evan's one of my favorites. I mess with him all the time. He's fantastic. He's hilarious.
Yeah. It's great when no one is super sensitive. I mean, there are lines, but come on, guys. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Dave, don't get personal. It ain't personal. I'm not like, you know.
Yeah. The Creator. Oh, man, I loved The Creator.
I have not seen that yet, and I have it on my watch list.
I thought it was pretty great.
So you both, that's a recommendation?
I enjoyed it. I think I gave it 8 out of 10 when I watched it.
Yeah, I gave it an 89 out of 100. So 9 out of 10.
I better watch that then. I saw it popped up on one of my streaming services, but
it's on Hulu or Amazon, one of them.
Yeah, no, I know.
Max.
I have both. Or I have all those.
It's on one of those.
Maybe that's a New Year's resolution.
I think it's Hulu. I think it's Hulu because it's 20th Century. It's a Fox movie, which is Disney, and Hulu is
which is Disney, which is Hulu. Yeah.
I think it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
That'll be a resolution for me to pare down some of my streaming services, maybe.
Yeah. Corey, really quick, if I could say something, I think congratulations on starting your channel.
Thank you.
I think, you know, one of the hardest things is starting it. Because you could plan till you're blue in the face. You could have a million ideas and then never start it. So starting it is key.
That's
everything else. Yeah, exactly. David started it 11 years ago, and then he didn't know, but he started it something, and it was there, and you go by yourself, And
Yeah.
you got to talk about what you like other people talk about, but with your opinion.
Mhm.
So if you like movie review, I'm a movie reviewer. That's what I always start. All this other stuff is extra. I love reviewing movies. So if that's what you like, review movies. If you want to be a physical media channel, do that and go with it. So I mean, I would just give you props for even starting, because that's the biggest obstacle to get over.
The biggest obstacle is actually starting.
For me, it was because I was dead set I was going to do this over a year ago, and it's only been like a few months ago.
Yeah.
So it took me that long to be like, I'm going to do it, and then it was like months went by, and I'm like, and then I had a couple good people in my corner where they were just like, if you're going to wait till you think it's going to be absolutely perfect, you're never going to do it. Just start doing it, and everybody will look back at their first ones and be like, I could have done that better, or whatever.
It's got to suck a little bit before it gets good.
Yeah. It makes you appreciate it more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it did suck a little bit.
I mean, no one comes out with their best video on their first video. Like, that's not
just like nailed it, done.
If you hit your home run on your first try, they're going to call you M. Night Shyamalan. You're never going to anything better.
Drop the mic and walk away.
He started so strong.
Retire as champion. Just do your first one, and then I'm out.
And do you guys see Corey's first 3 videos? They were incredible. These last few, not so much.
Wow, what the heck is going on? These last 150 that he's done? So,
unsubscribe.
Or he put out 3 and just went away.
And what's with those shirts, man? He is not fit enough to wear those shirts.
I am not fit enough, apparently. I was literally told that. So hey,
that's funny. I was training for my marathon in 2009, and this guy pulled up as I was running down the road, and I'm on a highway. There's one highway that goes through town, and it's the main road. And I'm running down the road, and this guy pulls up next to me, and he goes, "Don't take this the wrong way, but you're too fat to be running like that." And I go, "Wrong way." And I go, "Really? I think you're too stupid to be driving like that." Move on.
He said, "Really? People who talk like that get hit a lot." So I'm just saying.
Yeah. Don't take this the wrong way is the universal sign that someone's about to say something stupid.
Something's going to happen. Something bad's going to be said. Don't take this the wrong way, bitch.
Take it the wrong way, but I hate you.
Yeah. But I don't like you. Oh, okay, great. No, I mean, and it's interesting going back to when you're talking about, getting negative comments and things like that on your channel.
Yeah.
I've actually only, knock on wood, I've only got that from one person.
Oh, okay.
And that person started by telling me how mad she was that I spoiled someone else's live stream that I was on.
Okay.
So I was on Bob's Blu-rays live stream, and for the DVD tournament that he was doing, I was a part of it, and I won that round. So the next night we had by the numbers, and I was congratulated in the chat for winning the round by Caveman. And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then somebody said, "Hey, what's that all about?" And I was like, "Oh," so I explained, I was on Bob Blu-ray's tournament, and I won that round, so I'm going on to the finals.
Gotcha.
And then apparently I spoiled that for this person because she watched my show before hers, and I've never heard that person comment before. I've never seen that person sub my channel. I have no idea who that person is. And I'm like, "Okay, I'll give you that one. I apologize." I said, "But number one, you didn't comment on the right episode, so I'm going to remove your comment."
Yeah.
But thank you. I will, be better about that in the future. I'm like, "Okay, I took that one." So we have a guest on the show at the time, and it was my buddy John from Spirits of Spirits. He jumped on with us for an episode, and we were talking about movies and stuff. And then I get another comment from the same person going, "You shouldn't have that guy on the show. He's terrible." And you shouldn't have Evan on your show because he's terrible. And you shouldn't have this person on the show because he seems insecure. And she's like giving me all this kind of crap. And I'm going, who the fuck do you think you are? I was like, "Wait, are you paying for my channel? Are you my producer? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, and by the way, I don't like it when Rich isn't on the show. if you guys can't both, you need to schedule your show better. So if Rich can't make it, then you shouldn't do the show because it takes 2 people. And I'm like, okay, well, apparently you've got a hard on for Rich. So we're gonna leave that alone. And I was like, you have
he is a good looking
right.
guy. So
I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, sure. Why don't you go over to Rich's channel and just have a field day? I says, but if you ever come on my channel on any of my streams and comment about who I should have on my show, then you better start sending me money because that means you're paying for my show.
Right.
I says, otherwise, I am reporting you for harassment because of the way you're talking to me on this chat, and I don't want you to ever be on my channel again. And I banned her from the channel.
Well, it's like, go ahead, make your own channel and have whoever you want on there.
Yeah, you have Rich
on. And you don't have to watch my channel.
Yeah, you can see if you can poach Rich for me, but I don't know. I'm pretty good. And then, so Rich is like just about a week ago, Rich goes, dude, who is that person that commented all that crap to you? And I gave him that person's channel name. And he's like, she commented to me and she sent me he sent this huge thing that she had commented to him. And it was just horrible.
Oh, she liked him, but now she hated him too.
All of a sudden, and it was something, it was when his daughter accidentally hit a deer.
Oh.
And
he was animal killer or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You had no consideration for the deer. And it was just, that's all like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, so how do you ban someone from the channel? And I'm like, okay, let me walk you through that.
How do you do that?
How do you do that? So again, technical support. I had to come in.
We had to do, we haven't, I don't think we've removed any, anytime someone leaves me a negative comment, I just say, thank you for watching. Literally every time. Like if they're like, this is a horrible review, I just say, thank you for watching. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't even know who you are. I don't know your take. I don't want to. Or I won't reply. I give it a thumbs up for they watched it and commented. I mean, it helps me, if anything. So the best, though, the best was we did when Alex did upload one of the podcasts to YouTube, and it was for that movie We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson.
Okay.
And in the review, you've now you've listened, and we have the main hero of the story or main character, and then we have the villain. So in the movie, the way the movie is portrayed, the Vietnamese are essentially the villains of the film, right? Like they're the ones that the American soldiers are. The story's told from this perspective. That's who. And someone, I'm guessing they were from Vietnam, and they come on there and told us he told me and Alex we would die if we were in the war. I'm like, probably. I'm not a soldier. Like, what does this mean? He's like, yeah, my grandfather was there, and you would die. You're just a wimp. I couldn't help but laugh. I was like, this is bizarre.
It's funny shit.
Yeah, it was. It made me laugh. I was like, bro, this is hilarious. Yeah, Alex told me, he's like, dude, go read that comment. And I was like, okay, I'm on it.
Yeah. No, if someone disagrees with my review, I'm like, great.
Yeah.
More power to you. We Rich and I say it all the time. All films are subjective. If you don't agree with my review, no problem.
Right.
It's totally cool. I never get insulted for that. But when you're telling me who I should have on my show and you're insulting people that I've had as guests on my show, people that I call friend or even brother, that offends me. And then I'm attacking because that's not fair.
We also had to put our chat in subscriber only mode because we had someone that they would keep coming in and like just say nasty stuff. Not to anybody, just like nasty comments and stuff. When I mean nasty, like X-rated, like sexual, like weird. And it wasn't, so we had to switch it to subscriber only mode. And literally that person never came back. So only our subs can comment on our YouTube videos. Okay. Which is fine, because the only people who talk with us anyway are the people who subscribe to the channel. But if you ever get one of those in your live chat, switch it.
Well, that's what I have not done that yet, but I had I have not had very many live streams, but the last one I did was the first one where I had any issue at all, and I'm like, why are they were just spamming weird comments, and finally I was like, so David, I was getting the tech support because I was like, how do I assign a moderator to this? And a good friend, she was out there, and I was like, congratulations, you're a moderator.
Give her the blue wrench.
Yeah. And she was like, "Don't worry, Corey, I got it."
Yeah, our
And they-
moderators
and
were
they were out,
deleting them, but they were coming.
Yeah.
I think it was a bot
Oh.
of some sort.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah, it
just
had to be a bot, right?
coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rondo
Well, it was
Jungle
like,
says it was him.
you know, those
John,
text bots that would come in or whatever.
Jeff was spamming me.
He was spamming you.
Well, it was weird. It was like it just was like they were just repeating rude, and then they were saying rude men's.
It was probably the same person. They were.
No, it was. But I was like
looking. You moderated them. They were about to start talking about other stuff that you didn't want to read.
Well, I was like, what did I? I was like, I think I missed something rude. And the guest I had on, he's like, no. If you're in this long enough, you'll get this.
Yeah, that's true. You got the seat. There you go. Yeah, once you get some bots in there.
You made it.
Yeah, the name was like "Show Me Vietnamese Girls something 18 XY." It was a weird name, and it was just putting on. I'm like, what?
Click link for hot pics or something.
Click link for hot pics.
Yeah, no, that I have blocked, so we don't get any of that crap anymore.
No, we don't either anymore.
So do you both do subscriber only for chat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look at that. I mean,
Just
I
makes
guess
it
they're
easier.
not Go ahead. What?
No, I was saying it just makes it easier because one, the subscribers are the ones you want to talk to most, and two, if they want to talk to you, they can subscribe to the channel. So it kind of has a double,
Yeah, because if you don't subscribe, you can watch the show, but you just can't comment.
Right.
So, yeah, it just works out better. No, it was funny. Have you guys gotten an email or a message from somebody? One of those people is like, "Hey, give me all this money and I'll help promote your channel and I'll do all this."
Oh
crap.
yeah, all the time on Instagram. Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny because this guy's like, he just sending me stuff on TikTok, and I'm like, okay, I have no idea. I don't care. I have a TikTok channel that goes with the 4K lowdown, and it's basically just my collection and stuff like that. I'm not looking to gain super followers. It's just in connection to what I'm doing on YouTube. And then all of a sudden he pops up on YouTube, and he goes, check your email. And I'm like, okay. So I check my email, and he has this whole thing of like what I'm doing, like this checklist of things that I need for my channel. And it's like, high resolution thumbnail and this and that and this, just all these things right down the line. And I'm like, oh, so I sent him back. I said, thanks. I can do that on my own, so I don't need to pay you.
Thanks for the free advice.
Thank you for the free advice. I appreciate it. And so I've been doing that ever since. And it's hilarious because he's like, well, no, I'm supposed to do it for you. And I'm like, you know what? I can do all this myself.
I'm good, bud.
I said, thank you for telling me what I need to grow subs on my channel. I really appreciate the free advice. And so yeah, I told my buddy John about it, and he's like, can we do that on our channel? I said, yeah, I'm already doing it on that channel.
My thing on Instagram became I would always get promoted on something because I would always do hashtag podcast or whatever. I'm guessing that's where it came up. And you get these people who want to like do, and I would always reply no every single. I barely get them anymore, but I wouldn't delete them or just leave them. I would literally just put no. So there was a while there where it became like people would always like my comment because they'd be like promoted on Sunshine Records. I'm like no, and I said no so many times that now I don't get any anymore. They gave up on me. Just like, we don't want you. You don't want us.
No, that's where I was laughing. I was getting a few of those. I'm so super tiny and just barely beginning, and I'd get the email of like, your stats like suck on YouTube. I can make them awesome, And I'm like, just pay me the money.
I got 3 videos, sir. What do you want from me?
Yeah, you saw my 2 videos. Congratulations, thank you. And I'm just hanging out and meeting people and talking about movies. Thank you very much.
It's like, oh, you only have 230 subs. Your channel is pitiful. And I'm like, okay.
Well, you're way more than me, so there you go, Dave. So you got.
I mean, yeah, but it took me twice as long to get to 100 than you did. So you're gonna pass me in no time flat. I have no doubt in my mind, Corey. But I'm kind of like, I'm not really concerned about the subs. The subs, and as Cal said, the subs will come if you keep putting your content out, you keep doing constant stuff. and they'll come to you. It's when if you try to go too far too fast and you get like a whole bunch of subs, that's when you're going to get people that are going to complain and gripe, and they're not real. I'd rather have like what we have in our chat right now, and you guys, whenever Rich and I do a show, everybody in the chat is awesome. They're awesome to each other. They're awesome to us in the live stream. We interact and talk about all the movies and stuff. It's great.
The subs also don't matter as much.
No.
Your views, your comments, your likes, that's where you're going to get, if you're trying to get monetized. So that's a conversation that is totally different. When it comes to YouTube, do you want to get monetized, or are you doing this because you like it and it's a hobby? If you want to get monetized, the sub count won't matter that much. Obviously, it's good and it will grow naturally, but if you get, because we had we have, I think now we're to like 1,300 subs. We don't even have that many, 1,350 something. And I did the Flash review. I saw it a few weeks early, or like a month early. And our videos they do okay, but that one hit like 5K views in like 3 days because it was way early. So something like that, like if something hits and it gets a lot, and that one had a lot of comments, likes, all that kind of stuff, that's what you want. You just want good quality content. The subs will come, but if you only have 100, 150, 80, but your views are good, like if you're getting more views than subs, you're gold anyway. It really doesn't matter that much. I know people who have 15, 16, 20,000 subs and their videos get 500 views, 600. That's horrible. Like it's such a small percentage. So I'd rather, the subs is great, but I'd rather the videos be watched than I have a bunch of subs who never watch any of it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Empty subs really doesn't matter. But Jeff said if you have a viral video, I assume you try to replicate it. Yeah. And exactly. It never happens again. It's really weird, because I have on Spirits with Spirits, I do these history videos and lore videos for the location or the cryptid that we're talking about. And I release those separately. I did a history lore video on the Tennessee Wildman. Of all things, I've done Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster and all the famous ones, and I do one on the Tennessee Wildman, and I've got 5.3K views on it, and it was quick. It was like bam.
It just happened.
And I direct them to the live stream for the same cryptid where we actually talk about it and review it, because we actually review paranormal locations and cryptids. That's what the show is. It's just like movie reviews. I have the lowdown system with it, only it's for haunted locations and stuff. But that has like 57 views. And I'm like, okay, I have no idea. And that the way I released that lore video is the same as I do for all the other ones. And all the rest of them have between 40 and 150 views. It's never that thing. I think it's just you get lucky, you hit something at just the right time, at just the right instance, and somebody shares it. And that's where it starts to blow up, is when people actually share it on their channel or share it on other platforms. And then that's when it starts actually getting those views really fast. And I think that's what happened with Flash. Where it's like, oh crap, it's not out yet. We've got a review on Flash. Boom. It just hits like gangbusters. But
dude, my movie reviews are in the hundreds usually. Out of the theater, they're between 1 and 2, let's say. That one has 5. Hypnotic, of all movies, that Monday Mystery, Robert Rodriguez, that one hit 1,000. I'm like, why? It sucked, but it hit 1,000. Iron Claw, I saw it a little bit early. It's almost to it. That's at 990. And then my very next one will be like 63. So sometimes they care about, it depends on the topic, depends on what you're talking about. I talk the same way every time. And just some hit and some don't.
Some hit and some don't. Yeah, it's like, you're throwing baseballs at a dunk tank. You just all of a sudden, oh great, I got
a thumbnail and try your best.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I've talked to so many people that have been. Oh, and Jeff, like you're saying that he had one that it was a great video too, Jeff, I thought, but he had one that just popped off like crazy. His tour of Orbit DVD.
I think I watched that because I want to go there.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
Yeah.
So maybe that was why it was so hot. Like so many people maybe have ordered online from them and always have wanted to go in there. It's like, what did the store look like? You know, and it hit on a chord there that people really.
And you know
wanted
what
to see
happens when his video starts doing good, people like it, comment. Then because I don't even know. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm subscribed to his channel, but I came up in my recommendations because other people I subscribe to or whatever, he's maybe he's worked with them, and that's where you get that viral thing of like viral for us. We're not talking millions here, but that's where it gets a couple thousand, because then all of a sudden it's people who don't subscribe to you, and that's why I say subs are overrated, because when you get 3,000 views, and I don't know how many subs you have, Jeff, I think his name is, I have no idea, but if your video gets way more than you have subscribers, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah. And some people will subscribe off of it, and you get a few new fans, like legit fans. So you never know.
Well, what would be interesting too, as what I was going to tell Jeff, was it'd be interesting to, in the following weeks, to do some searches and see how many other visits to Orbit DVD pop up on other people's YouTube videos or something about that. Like if somebody says like, oh gosh, Jeff has one that just got over 3K views because he toured the store there. How many more kind of come up about the same thing if people kind of watch that and try to duplicate that success that he had with it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. But I honestly, I was saying this earlier too. I think when I was saying for my goals for the year, I would rather have, I'd even rather just stay at this exact same subscriber count that I have, but keep them as active as they've been. I've had some great chats on live streams. For me anyway, I've been thrilled with it, because I was like, I'm going to log on. There's not going to be anybody there, and just having some people talking and asking questions. I was thrilled. So if I just had that, or find a way to just get those same people even more active, I'd be more thrilled with that than doubling my subscriber count, honestly.
I'll tell you what, it's way more disappointing when you have 5,000 subscribers and your video gets 200 views than when you have 100 subscribers and your video gets 200 views.
Yeah. Well, honestly, like some of the live streams I have. So I'm like last I look, I think I'm at 111 subscribers on YouTube. And then, great. Well, I'm thrilled. Okay. It's beyond what I ever thought anyway at this point. So thrilled to death. It's a win for me no matter what. But then I've had some live streams where, one got 240 and then one got, and the others are like 160, 170. I'm absolutely thrilled with that. I mean, somebody watched that.
Right.
And so I'm beyond excited about it. So anyway, just those people that are already active with it, it's like, what can I do to get them more active, or keep them active as they have been? And I know you were talking about Patreon, and I don't want to jump into that too soon, but I kind of wondered, I was like, okay, is that something that you looked at a certain point to say, well, if I got a little bit of funding and I could reinvest that into gear or products or whatever, something I could like, increase my videos, whether it's the quality of the videos and or what I could like bring in and talk about. At what point did you start entertaining that idea?
So we launched the Patreon. We didn't launch it until when did I start working with Alex? It's now 2024. I got to remember 2024. I think we started working together in 2021. So I want to say maybe a year and a half almost into working together. We launched a Patreon, knowing it wouldn't be big, but the thing is, so far what we've used the money for, I used to record. So if you go, well, he removed a lot of the older videos, but our original live streams, I was on my phone. I recorded on my phone with little Apple headphones. So that Patreon money saved up, bought the webcam that I use now. And also we use it, I mean, full disclosure here, we use it for paying for the fees to upload the podcast, because those, cost money. It's like $20 a month. Or for Riverside, which is we were using a different platform. That's funny. He wants to start a Patreon for shirts. No,
shirts and a gym membership, actually, probably.
There you go.
I can't.
Planet
Gun
Fitness,
work.
$10. You can get a couple of Patreons that get throw $10 your way. But yeah, we use it for tech stuff. So yeah, that's all we use it for. Again, we have a few. You give them perks. We're still working on it because it's so small. It's hard to do like crazy stuff. Like you get this 8 months in advance. It's like right now we have a group chat that only they are in, so we talk directly with them all day, every day, pretty much. And like I said, we let them see the podcast early, and we talk with them live afterward. You know, they're regular people. They're not content creators. Most of our Patreons. So they don't come on YouTube all the time. So for them to be able to talk with us like this, like we're talking right now, but it's not recorded, it's just us talking crap, making jokes, you know, that's rewarding. I don't know a lot of other channels that just talk with their people one-on-one, you know, like that. So we try, but yeah, I would say if you're going to do it, you definitely want to wait a little while.
Because I just don't want to seem like
that you're just doing it for money.
Yeah,
I'm just
money.
Right.
But at some point I was like, well, is there a good breaking point where you're really legitimately looking to get that money to, like you said, like help upload videos, like, or get a editor, or get a better microphone or camera or whatever.
When you're ready to do that is when you launch the Patreon.
Yeah.
You know, I think, and you got good followers, and we have a tier that's like $2. And Alex tells people, just sign up for the 2 if you want to support. It ain't like we're like, get the highest one. Right. We need your money. Also, we use it to buy movies to give away. So it's like, if anything, you're getting free stuff.
Right.
That's when you get out the Bible and you're like an evangelist. Yes, you want to give us the full $15 a month to
pass around the offering basket.
So Jeff says my first piece of advice I received was to invest in a good mic. Totally followed that advice. Out of pocket, these things get pricey and dip into my movie fund. Yeah. No, I mean
everything I bought for my first podcast was out of pocket. Everything. I didn't have any money.
Everything I've bought has been out of pocket for me. It's been when I first started, I used this darn headset to do everything. I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have any of this crap.
Alex has spent thousands of dollars on his stuff. He has everything high end, super. That's just his personality. I'm like, I need something that works.
I just need something my voice comes across. You can hear me. Great. Yeah. That's all I care about.
Yeah. So it's Corey, it is tricky because you don't want to come across as give me your money.
Right.
But this also does cost creators to make. And if it becomes a situation where like, a little help, you know, it could help me. And if you think you have stuff to offer those Patreon people who are willing to contribute to you, even if it's little things here and there, I would say go for it. You know, especially when you really start growing, then it's. I don't think there's anything wrong with that's what Patreon is for. You know.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I don't want to do it too soon, but honestly, it's anything I'd get out of that would be reinvested into upgrading gear, camera, bringing in products to talk about, or you know.
And that's the kind of stuff you could tell in your video.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patreon supporters. We at the end of all of our live shows, we put all their names on the screen, and you know. Hey, we were able, because of you guys, I was able to get this new microphone. I was able to get this new camera. So thank you so much. As long as you're doing all that stuff and being transparent and not just being like, I pocketed all the $36 you guys sent me this month. Thank you.
What about a P.O. box?
I bought 3 pizzas with it. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
What about a P.O. box? I don't know. Oh, you mean like to send? Like, I don't like ask. I don't. That's a tricky one. David, I don't know. How do you feel about subscriber mail? How do you feel? I've never heard you guys ask for anything. So I think you're like us, probably.
I don't. I don't ask for anything. If it comes to the point where I decide to monetize, then, you know, if I, you know, do a Patreon or something like that, or monetize on YouTube, then it's strictly going to be for equipment and to go back into the thing. And I'm not going to ask for it. I'm just going to put it there. It says, hey, we have a Patreon. We do some exclusive content for there. If you want to go on there and subscribe, please do. And exactly. I probably will just, you know, do like $1 or $2 or whatever, just something really small, as you know, hey, if you want to support us, we love it. But we're still going to be here for you no matter what. Really, I haven't even thought to that point yet. I just, right now I'm just enjoying
You're
putting
doing
the
it for the
content
love.
out.
Right.
I'm doing it for the love. I'm doing it for the love of movies.
Yeah.
I enjoy putting the content out. I love, and Corey says, all the stuff that I do. And I definitely do a lot, but
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing it. I love,
all that
I mean,
matters.
I love doing the production stuff and doing the, the intro and outro and doing all the cards and fixing all the stuff and getting the people on and doing the high fives. But the most I love most is the people in the chat and the interaction. Cause that's my favorite thing is doing it live, having people talk, letting the chat go where it goes. And, that's a blast. I'm just
I would say
having
for
fun.
me, for a PO box, like if we were getting people asking, "Hey, we want to send you stuff," we never have asked. Yeah, I've never asked. I never will. I cringe when I'm on Instagram and I see these people posting their stories of like, "Hey, if you want to get me something, here's my Amazon wish list." It's like, no, I don't want to get you anything. Like buy your own stuff, do your own thing. I will never. But if people are like, "Hey, I want to send you all this stuff," there are some people that I would give my address to that I know, like that I've worked with, but it's randoms. Then I could see a Patreon. If you have a Patreon and you want to invest it into a PO box, makes perfect sense to me because that's what it's for.
So that happened to me where somebody actually, I was way caught off guard. I was not asking anything, but they were like, "Hey, Corey, I sent you this movie," or I tell me what movie, or it was something along those lines, and I'll buy it and send it to you. And I was way caught off guard. And it was one of those where I was like, I don't have a PO box, and I didn't want to give out my personal address. I just was not at that spot, I guess, with the person. And I said, honestly, I was like, if you want to do something for me, you know what I would love? I was like, take that money and buy a movie you really want, and then give me a review about it. Tell me about it. Like, what did you like? What didn't you like? And they did it. And I was like, that's cool. It's like, thank you. And but yeah, that's kind of the thing where, I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Just giving your address out to any old person who's on the internet.
Right.
I've gotten mail from Alex, who I've known for years and work with, and been to his house and met his family. That I feel very comfortable him knowing where I live, and also Robert. I know from Big Knock. You always see him in the chat. He has mailed me popcorn tins, so he has my address. I know him. I met him. I went to California. I hung out with him. If it's like that, I will. Then you can have it. But yeah, you got to be careful. If someone's just like, "I want to send you something," it's like you don't have to keep it.
Yeah, that's where.
No, that's okay.
And I don't want to come off. I don't want to come off mean to the person either. But it's just like, well,
I don't want to be an asshole. It's like I really appreciate it, but
you could be sending me anthrax for all I know.
Honestly, Corey, I kind of want to. Someone wants to send me stuff. Yeah. And I think that if you're starting to get that, then I would say, get a PO box.
Yes.
Make that separate. The worst thing in the world. Okay. So my son, David, is, let's just say TikTok famous. He's got like 250,000 subscribers on TikTok.
Nice.
Does his dances and he does musical theater and crap like that. So he got a lot of hits. And for a while there, he was getting all kinds of gifts. So my son, in his infinite wisdom, didn't give his home address. He gave mine. So
thanks, son.
What a guy.
So all of a sudden, I get these gifts, and my son, who's also named David Lowe, I get these all of a sudden getting these boxes that are addressed to David Lowe.
Just popping them open.
And I'm opening them. I'm like, what the heck is this? I open it up and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of anime shit. What the hell is going on? And then like a week later, I got like 3 or 4 packages, and I'm like, I have no idea what this crap is. Like drawings, like t-shirts, like crate cards, like crazy crap. And I'm like, I get a call from David. Hey, Dad, I just want to let you know that you might get some mail, because my TikTok followers want to send me gifts. And I'm like, is that the crap that I've been getting for the last week?
Yeah. Get a PO box, kid. What are you doing?
You've got to be kidding. So Holland wants your address, Corey. He'd love to sign you up for a free subscription to Pro Magazine, portable restroom operators.
Holland, I always can count on you, bud.
I gave my mom's for work equipment. Mind you, I work for myself, so I did kind of the same thing. Yeah, we love our parents. Yeah, just
Gotta love
he
'em.
was so David's like, well, I didn't want to give my address. I'm like, why? He goes, because that would be creepy. And I'm like,
Exactly.
Oh, so
"What?"
yeah, so I can get all your creepy stuff.
So you're going to give him my home address. So there's no telling what I could get in this thing. And he goes, yeah. And I said, okay, well, I tell you what. I said, I'm going to open every one of these. I says, and whatever I want, I'm going to take.
Well,
That's what he gets. That's the tax. That's the address tax.
The spooky
that's the
thing
address
is
tax.
too.
So I got an awesome t-shirt that somebody drew an anime character of my son.
Wow.
As one of the characters he did in a play, because he played King Louis in a production of Three Musketeers.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say Jungle Book.
No, not
Three
that
Musketeers makes more sense.
he no, but no, he's got too much Asian in him. He's not Harry. But no, so no, if you think about the way King Louis was in the reboot, the one with Logan Lerman, that Three Musketeers with Mila Jovovich and all that. So David's character behaved like that King Louis. And so somebody did an anime character of it, put it on a t-shirt and sent it, and now it's mine. so that's one of the highlights that I got from that situation. And then I was like, you know what, son, get a PO box, stop giving my address out, because there was some weird like stalker mail that I started getting, and I'm like, you need to shut this down. This is not good.
Well, I've heard word stories too where some female YouTubers were making sure to open and go through the box at the PO box, the post office they're using, because people are throwing Apple AirTags and things in it, like trying to find their home address and like crap like that. And
especially if it's a woman, I wouldn't even want subscriber mail if I was a girl YouTuber. I'd be like, keep it. Honestly.
But they were like telling stories of like, they'd tear that box apart before they'd take anything back to their house. And I'm like, that's spooky. I don't know. But
I feel like I don't need subscriber mail. I have so many movies and I buy them and I'm okay buying the ones I want. And if someone wants me to watch, if it's one of those things of like, hey, I want to send you this movie because I want you to watch it to like review it, just tell me what it is and I will try and track it down and I will do the review for you. I don't really need it. So it's like close friends only type thing. Like if I know you, if we're cool, okay, you could get me something if you want.
Well, it's like, oh, if you want to support me, just throw a thumbs up and a comment on the video, and like that means the world to me, just to see like, hey, I watched it and I appreciate what you did.
Share my channel, on your stuff, it doesn't matter to me. But I had somebody do the weirdest thing for the high five, because when we do the high five, I have the guests pick the 5 movies. And then we try to see, if Rich and I can both watch them, either we own them or we can access them on streaming or whatever. And one person, there was 3 movies that we couldn't access. And I'm like, you're going to have to find alternates for them. And then I didn't hear from the guy. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. We're like 2 weeks from the show. I really need to know what your replacements are. And he's like, I bought you the movies, so give me your addresses. And I was like, and I'm like, okay, I've got to talk to Rich about this. I don't know if we're gonna do this, but he's been on the channel for a while. He's and I was like, okay, we're kind of friends. We've known each other for a little while.
You trusted him enough.
Trusted him enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and you did not. I says, you didn't spend that much money, right? And she go, oh no, they're all DVDs. They're really cheap, no problem. And I'm like, okay,
yeah,
great. And I only had one that I needed. I had the other 5 because he had 6 movies that he wanted to do. But
but it's just having a little bit of context of who that person is, I think, at that point. Because do you even find that yourself where I'm so tiny, I'm just starting out, but I've had some people ask like, hey, I want to be on one of your streams. I mean, do you find it like when you bring somebody onto yours, do you have some, you want to have a little bit of, I guess, of their past work, kind of a thing, like seen them in
Absolutely.
something before,
Absolutely.
just how they
I
interact with people, how they talk. I mean, or
yeah, I've got to see them on another stream. And then the most important thing is, do I think that person's chemistry will work with our chemistry? Because
you can also tell people no.
Yeah,
I
you
know
can
that's
tell
right.
people, but anyway, hey, I appreciate the offer. You know, not at this time. I'm not looking for
Yep.
for
I've told people
anything.
no.
Yeah,
Be
I
like,
was like, no, I don't
sorry.
think, you know, and you know, usually they're pretty cool about it. You know, but there's a line that you have to draw. And it's like there's a point where like, okay, if I get you on camera, I don't think it's gonna work because your personality is going to clash with Rich and I. And if that happens, it's not gonna make for a good show.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, sometimes I could be wrong, but if it's a feeling that I have, then I say, look, I don't think we can do that. Let's work out something else. Or you know, let me see you on some other channels first. Let me see how you work.
Yeah, was it like someone in your life, or was it like someone who watched your YouTube video and just reached out and was like, "Hey, I want to be on your show"?
Watched the YouTube and reached out.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't even know who
that you don't know.
Like,
if it was some rando that you don't know, be like, yeah, no, I'm not looking for guests like that right now. Just you know, but you know, stay in the chat. You know, appreciate you being on. You know, let me know if you're going to be on some other chats here and there, and we'll, you know. But I would definitely, I go and grab that person's channel and see if they've done any videos themselves, look at any live streams they've been on. And that's how I invited you, Corey.
Yeah.
When you asked, I was instantly like, yeah, dude. Cause I saw you on another channel and I was like, dude, he totally work out. Told Rich is like, cool.
He's like, he's only a little screwed up. He'll be all right.
No, he's just the right amount screwed up.
Yeah, right.
With
just right on the edge.
Just right there, right on the cusp of okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate how welcoming you've all been with me, dude. Jeff, you're awesome, bro.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, everyone knows how they mesh, and it's best just to be honest about not meshing together. Yeah. And if they don't like it and they stop subbing you, then that's what happens. But like Jeff, I had no idea who Jeff was. Jeff and I appeared on the same stream on Bob's Blu-rays, and then afterwards, Jeff and I talked for like an hour after the show, just about life, not even movies, just you know, marriage and relationships and stuff like that, and had a great time. And you know, Jeff, you are invited anytime, and I've already told you that because I know Jeff's chemistry will work well with Rich and I. But yeah, you just got to make that judgment call. And ultimately, yeah, just if you have any doubt in your mind, say no. If you're second guessing yourself at any point, just say no. Because that's the thing.
And I'm trying to tell some people too, it's not negative to be in the chat. Like I still love just being in chat too. Like I'll jump in and I'm not like, put me on the screen, you know, and like sometimes I love just being in the chat and just throwing questions out or talking to other people that are in the chat, and I have fun with that too. So that's not to me, in my mind, that's not a negative. It's still participating in the conversation. But
I always think it's a little, if there is not a point in a video or a live stream where someone that's like, let's say David's and Rich are doing their show, if at no point they ever said like, hey, if you're ever wanting to come on, send me a message, let me know. And people just are like, hey, I want to be on your show. I always think it's a little weird. It's like, why? What's your intention? Who are you? I don't know you. You know what I mean? And I've never asked. I have asked to be on. The only show I've asked to be on was someone that were like, we knew each other for a long time. Like, hey, if you need help, I'll jump on the show with you. Whatever. Otherwise, I'd rather just be invited. So I'm always leery of someone who, especially you don't know the person, your channel's relatively small, and they're all already like, hey, let me come on your show. You have no idea you don't know how that interaction is going to go. So I'm always leery of stuff like that. Like if you were telling me David asked you to be on your show, then obviously you know him, you've worked with him, whatever. Yeah, come on. But some random, I would never have a random person I don't know on one of our shows. I'll just say it right now. Never would never do it.
I already know
No.
I'm going to twist David's arm someday and have him on mine. So
just not on date night. Make sure it's not date night.
Yeah, right. Not on date night. But that's the thing too, where like, I think I did reach out to you, David, but I'd talked to you before, and it was after one of your shows where you're like, hey, if anybody out there is interested, just reach out to us and we'll see, you know, what would work out or not work out. And I was like, hey, yeah, you know, if it works, I'd love to jump on there, and it ended up working out. And but we had a little interaction before that
risk
point.
what you're building on some random.
Yeah.
That's right.
True.
Yeah, you can't, because I mean it could totally shit the bed and just mess your channel up forever.
Yeah, you'll get that person who David had to come on and be like, never have this person on your channel again.
Right.
They're a big idiot. Only have Rich.
They seem so insecure and they must be on drugs. And I'm like, you must be on drugs. You suck.
Well, God, if they're worried about insecure people, they probably wouldn't like me on some of
They
this.
wouldn't like any of us. Why do you think I'm only shown from the waist up?
Yeah, right.
Because you don't have
Because I'm not wearing any pants.
Yeah, it's always a risky proposition. I would say be leery of everyone and anyone who's trying to. I would be even more leery with like a big channel, because I'd be like, okay, so you're trying to leech. If you're just like, hey, let me get on your show. You know, we're not big enough for me to feel that way. But if I did, it would be extra. But even with a small channel, you're growing, you're trying to build. I agree with Jeff. I'd be like, no, thank you. Or send me some of your videos.
Right.
And let's talk offline for a little while.
Done. Yeah. But
because Alex did that. I mean, I didn't ask him, but that was kind of weird. I sent in one voice question, and then he asked me to do a show with him. He had never seen my stuff. He'd never heard my stuff. He had an intuition that this person might be good. That's the reverse of what you're talking about. Yeah. It would be weird if I just messaged him, was like, hey, let me come on your show now, because I think I can talk about movies with you, you know? So, I don't know. People who invite themselves to stuff always creep me out.
You guys get any good movies in towards the end of the year here? Or I know we're now, well, I'm in the next year, but did you watch anything on the 31st? Did you have anything that you closed the year out with that was pretty good or worthwhile? Or
you mean just in general, like watched movies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did all my last 2023 watches that I wanted to get in, because I have to do my top 10 of the year next week. So I kind of got in the last few there at the theater. I went to the theater. I saw Ferrari, Color Purple. I've seen literally everything that's playing at the theater right now, save the cartoons like Migration, I've seen. So I got in all of those. As far as stuff I really liked, Poor Things. I saw Poor Things here at the end of the year. I thought that was amazing. It's
with Emma Stone, right?
Yes, it's weird as hell. But Yorgos Lanthimos, that's all he makes, is kind of
strange.
He's fantastic. So I love that. Iron Claw was amazing. David, did you see that? Because I know you're the wrestling.
That's Tuesday. Yeah, I'm watching it Tuesday.
Oh, okay. You're gonna like it. Tori, did you see that?
I have not seen that one yet.
I'm sure I'm gonna like it.
Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
It looks really, really good.
Yes, it's fantastic.
There's very, very few wrestling films that have done the job that they should have done. And right at the top of that list is The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. That was fantastic.
Oh, I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it is absolutely true. If you just think about how they are, I have seen that happen with how the wrestlers are, because I've seen wrestlers who couldn't stand up inject their knees with cortisone so they could walk into the ring and wrestle. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's when I vowed to myself, I said, I am never going to take a steroid. I am never going to take a painkiller. If it comes to the point where I have to do either one of those, I'm out of the business. And that's why I left in 2003. Because I was like, nope.
Yeah. Not worth it. And so, Iron Claw, it is great. So that's one I saw at the end. As far as
New Year's Eve first time watch for Jeff, that's cool.
Okay. The New Year's Eve. Is that the one with like all the famous people in it?
With all the famous people and all the anthology, the different stories and crap.
Yeah, like Gary Marshall, one of those Gary Marshall movies. like
Yeah.
97 celebrities in it.
Yeah, like
And then
everybody and their
did I
dog.
watch anything at home? There was something I watched at home. It was, holy crap. What did I just watch? Okay, I didn't watch Saltburn. Everyone was talking about that Saltburn thing.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I didn't see it.
I haven't watched
either.
it. That's coming up on the for me on the 10th of January, I think, or something.
Okay.
Not this coming week, following week is
You know what?
I have to watch Saltburn.
Let me go to Letterboxd.
I'm not anticipating that. I'm not really interested in it, but
Oh!
hopefully.
I
finally saw Sound of Freedom. That was the one.
Oh, okay.
I just watched it. I thought it was very good. I thought obviously it was first of all, this just from reviews that I have seen and heard. I don't subscribe to the whole anything political about it. I was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. So I had heard, it's kind of low budget. I disagree. I think it is a real movie production. It looks like it does not feel like a straight to DVD, 2000s action movie. It's legit. The performances are good. Caviezel's really good in it. Bill Camp is in it. He's always good in everything. So I thought that was a movie. It's tough to watch. I don't have kids. Yeah. And even I was like, right from the beginning, I was just like, because I have nieces and nephews. And I was like, I can't imagine. So tough to watch, but I think worthwhile. I thought it was very good. I thought it was a very good movie. Not perfect, but very good.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I saw it in the theater.
I wish I did. Now that I've seen it.
And then, there was the whole thing at the end and the whole controversy behind it and all the crap that was going on. So I didn't end up buying the movie. But I really liked it when I watched it. It was intense, good thriller.
Yeah.
Really, really sad because of all the stuff that's happening to the kids in there. And
I watched it on Prime. It's on Prime.
And it's worth watching for sure.
I agree.
It's definitely worth watching. I unfortunately have not watched anything really, really good. I did watch the Chris Rock, Kevin Hart thing. It was a documentary that they did. Yeah. It was called Headliners Only. That was on Netflix. That was pretty good. And that's coming up on Wednesday. I watched something absolutely horrendous on Netflix.
Elevator Game 2.
Called Fry Bread Face and Me. And I'm like, no.
Rich must have picked that.
Rich picked it and Rich liked it. I didn't. So we're gonna have a talk about that on Wednesday.
I wish he was here. I wish he was here so I could just yell at him.
But so what else? Of course I saw Freelance and that was okay.
Oh my god, the most dad movie of 2023. Freelance. The John Cena one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the ultimate dad movie.
Yeah. That's why I was like,
got some action in it. Allison Brie's kind of hot.
Funny. Yeah. It was okay.
Stuff blows up. They're in a jungle. Dad movie.
And then, I saw Butcher's Crossing, Nicolas Cage movie, which is it's set in the 1800s with the buffalo hunters, where they were killing all the buffalo, like thousands and thousands of buffalo. Really messed up. And great story. The movie is really good. It's a hard subject matter though. Because you're actually seeing them like they're hunting all these buffalo and killing them and skinning them and doing all this crap, but the cinematography is so good. It's definitely worth checking out if you can stomach, and I mean stomach, what they're doing.
I feel like I could watch it. I love horror movies. Oh look, it's categorized as Western horror. 74 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage, is there anyone? Sorry, Corey, before you tell us what you watched, is there anyone weirder than, like, as far as career currently, where the dude is in, like, he'll make 6 movies a year. One of them will be like a critically acclaimed movie, like that Dream Scenario in the theater. And then 3 of them will be straight to streaming or DVD. And then the other one will come out in the theater, but no one will watch it. That's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm like, can you just make one style? But no, he just does it all.
Yeah.
He's working for the paycheck right now, I think.
I like him. He's never been one of my favorites, but I like him.
I wouldn't blame him. I'd do it too if I got paid as much as he did to do.
Yeah, I'm like
taxes.
Yeah, if you're like, how much am I getting paid? You want me to dance? You want me to wear a tutu and dance like a monkey? No problem.
Done.
I'm in.
I
Done.
loved that Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent
Yeah.
movie.
I was so surprised by that. I didn't
I
think
thought it
was
was
gonna like
great.
it at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't.
I was
think
like, this is what I
didn't think-
want.
I
And
was
then his
like,
very next movie was like straight to DVD.
I was like, this looks dumb. And then then I was like,
Nah,
I think it was a
and then I watched
surprise
another
hit
movie. I'm
for
like,
him.
oh, cool. Nicolas Cage. I'm gonna watch that. And I was like, I was like, okay. And then you get Renfield, and I was like, okay.
Oh, that was
Renfield.
good too. You see, there's
Renfield-
another good theater
Renfield
movie
was
for the
good.
year.
I had fun with
And
that
I was
one.
like, cool. And I saw that in the theater, and that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was like, God, what was it? There was something I watched, and I was like,
The Retirement Plan.
that's coming up. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm
There's
I'm
another
thinking
one.
I'm thinking that's gonna suck, but it was my pick. But
He has like sweaty hair. It always like he's just like
Yeah.
sweaty the
it
whole
looks
time.
like he has like greasy hair, and I was like,
Yeah. And then
I
Butcher's
can't-
Crossing, he's bald. And then Dream
Yeah,
Scenario, he's a professor.
yeah, well, he's bald in that Butcher's Crossing, and he's using a straight razor, and he's shaving his head in the snow, and he's just kind of scary, blood all over his face, and I was like, dude,
I like this. Where can I watch this? Butcher. Oh, I'll look it up right here. It's on.
it's,
rental.
it's on,
Okay, Amazon
it's rental.
Prime, Vudu. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Eventually, it will be
It's rental
somewhere.
right now, but it's out physical. It's out in physical, but I didn't buy it. I was like, we'll just rent it and check it out. But yeah, it was good. It was.
It sounds good.
It's crazy, and it was like, they're like,
The guy who directed a bunch of things I've never seen, but
he's like, basically they're
Sorry,
like,
I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
No,
be
go
right
ahead.
back.
Corey's getting
yeah, it
another
sounds
shirt.
good. Oh, he's gonna go change shirt. New Year, happy
gotta
New
go
Year. He's gotta get a new shirt.
He's good. Yeah, Happy New Year's. Got to change shirts. Well, I got 10 minutes or 11 minutes until it's New Year's for me.
Oh yeah. I've already been here for 2 hours and 49 minutes in the future. It's okay. It's the same as 2023, to be honest with you. Not much is different.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, movies, 2023 was interesting. I'm worried for the award show. Because I know me and you, without spoiling it for anyone watching, I know me and you have the same movie for one of the categories. So I'm hoping I get to do that category before you. Because I do have a backup, but I want to be the one that picks that movie. Other than that,
I think I know what that is.
I think you do know what that is, and I'm hoping I get to go before you.
You and I both really like that movie, and it's like, because
So
I'm like
hoping,
that. I said I hope I get to pick that movie, but I do have alternates in case.
Yes, but that one I don't want to have to go to my alternate. I want that one.
Even if I have to pick an alternate, I still want that one to win. I don't care if it's mine.
I'm gonna pick it and be like, everyone vote for that one.
The air smells a little different in 2024. Well, Corey is changing his shirt.
That's why. That's why he went so that we could clear that up.
He went to go do a little workout, change his shirt.
But yeah, as far as did you look at as far as buying? I looked at January. Barely anything I want to get. At the very end of the month, there's the Kino 4Ks. They're all like I gotta get Kindergarten Cop. I gotta get all of them. I buy all. I have every single Kino 4K.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a pretty light. I think there's like nothing in the first 2 weeks that I'm really even interested in.
Yeah, I don't think I have all the Kino 4Ks, but I do have a lot of them.
I have all of them, and I'm very upset because I have 3. So I have 3 with no slipcover. Okay, and I'm not even a slipcover guy, but just for aesthetics, I have Hannibal, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Spaceballs with no slipcover. However, 2 of those are my own fault because I had the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and Spaceballs, but I sold them because they went out of print on the slipcovers, and someone made me an offer I couldn't refuse. I was like, you can have it. You can have the slipcover. So now I have these 3 nude ones and all the rest of them in slipcovers. So that irks me. I don't really care for slipcovers. So the other option would be throw out all the slipcovers, but I don't want to do it. Corey, are you a slipcover guy? Are you one of those? Are you a slipcover?
If it's there, I like it. I won't deny it. I like it, but it doesn't bug me if I don't.
Would you pay extra for one?
No. No.
All right.
Sorry. I
No,
wouldn't.
Same.
I wouldn't. But if I'm not saying I don't like having them. I like them, but no, I wouldn't pay extra. I got to make my dollar go further.
I agree. I won't pay. Someone was willing to give me a lot for those slipcovers. So I was like, look, if they mean that much to you, you could have them. But now that those don't match with my other ones, so it's a little annoying. Look, Spicy says he's missing the Spaceball slipcover. Yeah, I had it.
That was a hard one, I think, to have.
Yeah, because I buy directly from their website early. So they ship everything early. I just get it from them. And plus, it's like $2 cheaper than Amazon. So
I think there was a few of those Clint Eastwood Westerns that there was a couple that were really short. I thought that were really hard to get the slips for them. I can't remember.
4Ks?
Yeah.
I have all of them except Good, the Bad, and the Ugly now.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the other ones. Fistful of Dollars, a few dollars more. High Plains Drifter, I think, is another one.
I thought I heard a couple of them were pretty tough to get, but are they sold out really fast? Or
I need to look into this because if someone's willing to send me some cash for them, they can have them. I'm that type. I'm like, you know what? If it means more to you than to me,
do a little eBay search and
yeah. How much is this going for? I don't like to price gouge. I just take offers. Like if someone's like, "Hey, do you have that?" I'm like, "What do you want? What's it worth to you?"
What's it
Even
worth?
if they were like $20, I'd be like, "Sure, you can have it." I don't. Even if I could get more, 20. If I could keep the movie and you just want this slipcover.
Well, you keep the movie.
Even better.
What you keep the movie, and what movie could you get back into, or movies could you get back into your collection that you don't have
like
already?
trade?
Yeah. Well, or to get the money to buy something else, you know.
True.
If somebody's like, "I'll give you $20 for the slip."
Yeah, they can have it.
Yeah.
That happened to me. I had Brawl on Cell Block 99, and that's a rare.
That's so good. It's been fun.
Yeah, and it's a rare slipcover. And I put on Mercari. I just put up like all the movies with slipcovers with no price. Like I put like $1 million or whatever. You know, I was like, make me an offer, and someone was like, I'll give you $60 for that Cell Block. I was like, you can have it, and I still have the movie here, and they have the slipcover somewhere.
I tell you what, if I get to keep the movie, if somebody give me $60, I'll give you any slipcover I have in my collection. Any slipcover in my collection.
I won't tell you how much they offer me.
Comes with a complimentary T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's a button up, and you shouldn't wear it if you don't have any, a physique or anything. But
like me, yeah. No, I already heard you don't gotta poke at me anymore. No, just kidding.
No,
I won't tell you how much they offered me for that.
I'm only because I like you. But yeah, so finally
I care.
Yeah, January's pretty rough. Nothing good.
January's pretty rough. I do want the holdovers. That's what I want.
So when we're talking about finishing out the year, the last 2 days,
I haven't had a chance, and I want Thanksgiving because I didn't get a chance to see it.
I haven't seen that either,
but I might catch that on streaming.
No, I finished out my year. Today was I finally got to see the holdovers, and then the day before was Talk to Me for the first time, and I was happy with both of those. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
You know what? I saw the holdovers when it came out, and maybe it's me. I think it's me because everyone else was goo goo gaga for this movie, and I thought I liked it. I like, 70s aesthetic. It looked like a 70s movie. I like Paul Giamatti. It's one of those movies for me. There's these movies, and I'm sure you guys have some too, where it's almost like I respect this movie. I think it's well made. I think the acting was good. I never need to watch it again. That's one of those movies for me. I can never see myself popping into Holdovers again.
Yeah.
But it was great. I thought it was fantastic. But a one-time watch,
Yeah.
Well, you can't argue with that because that's your feeling on it. And that's where, it's like, don't get mad at you because of that. I mean, you're saying like, I respect it. It's just, I enjoyed it, but I can move on from that point and I don't need to have it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I came, I saw, I conquered, I'm good.
It was good.
Yeah, there's just certain movies that are rewatchable. I mean, if I haven't even seen the Holdovers. In fact, I kept calling it the Leftovers for a while because I wasn't the name of it. I kept saying the Leftovers. And but I mean, I want to see it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a one-time watch for me because I mean, I would watch Rebel Moon again right now. I've already seen it twice. I'd watch it again because I think rewatchable. It's fun. It's entertaining. You know, it doesn't
Certain
have a whole lot.
genres are more rewatchable than others.
Exactly. Sci-fi, action, horror movies in general.
I think you'll
it's
like The Holdovers. I'm surprised Rich liked it because it's a comedy kind of. I mean,
yeah,
you know why I think
Rich loved it.
I know. I think he liked it because it is a comedy, but it's like a dramedy.
It's got the feels to it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
emotional.
I was excited about Theater Camp because you said you really liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah. I was like, okay. It was it,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that was cool. But
Who
it
did
was
I
a
meet?
one.
I met someone who hated
I
it.
was like, yeah,
and got mad at me for recommending it.
yeah. I was glad you recommended it because I mean, one of the things I love watching new things, even if I don't like it.
Of course, yeah. Same.
I'm more than happy to watch something new. And then I'm like, you know what? That wasn't for me. But thank you for recommending it. I appreciate it. You know, it was fun. And that's why I like the high five.
Yeah.
I'm sure, somebody who's going to be on the high five coming up in January is like, well, I want to make sure you watch movies that you like. And I'm like, well, we're not going to know.
I didn't know you didn't like Dumb and Dumber that much. I was so I'm never coming on this guy's show again after this. This is crazy talk.
You crossed the line.
You crossed the line.
But I knew I could be honest with you about it.
Yeah,
I can still give it a good score because it's a good movie. It's just that type of tea. It's not my cup of tea, and I love my tea. So yeah,
Rich,
guys, we are less than a minute from me to go on to New Year's. So yeah, glad you don't care about cardboard. Yeah, I'm not. I like slipcovers are cool. The slipcover for the creator is really neat.
It's nice. Yeah, it's very nice.
I do like it. But I mean, once it hits New Year's, I have to go up, wake up my wife, and give her a kiss. So I'm gonna do that. And we're gonna go ahead and sign out. But you guys, this has been amazing. Thank you so much. It's been a great year with you. I wish you guys all the best in 2024. And Nate, you and I and Rich and Alex, we have a date, and it just hit New Year's for me. So happy New Year, you guys.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
We are we've got our date on the 4th.
Yeah.
At 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern for the Instagram Live to do the nomination show. I'm looking forward to that. Corey, I hope to see you on there if you have time to just kind of, sit with us in the chat and see what we're nominating for the categories and stuff. And Jeff, thank you so much, brother. Happy New Year.
Corey, it was great talking with you. I always see you in the chat, but
it was cool to hang out with you.
No, it's been awesome. You guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we will see you next time on the Faces for Radio podcast. Also, well, I wanted to announce that the 4K Lowdown channel is going to be changing to the Faces for Radio podcast channel. So I'm going to be changing the name and the @ symbol and all that kind of stuff. And that's going to be happening in the next couple of days, but it's still the same thing. I'm still going to be doing my 4K Lowdown stuff on it. But much like you guys have the Geeks and Flicks channel, I'm going to do kind of the same thing. Rebranding a little bit. So changing the logo, changing the banner a little bit, doing some stuff. So I'll be doing that over the next week. And, but everything else is going to remain the same. Faces for Radio's got a Instagram channel, and, the 4K Lowdown is going to stay on TikTok, but, I've already done Spotify, so that's all Faces for Radio now. But yeah, I just wanted to make that announcement. And so everything's going to be with the Faces for Radio logo from now on.
Awesome. Sounds
different
great.
name, same cool stuff, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Same cool stuff. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to sign out, but you guys take care. Be safe.
Happy
and
New
we'll
Year.
see you next time. Okay? Happy New Year.
We'll see you guys.
See ya.